Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Outsiders Fantasy Podcast. We have a special live Thursday Night Football edition with a special guest. He was very awesome for donating to our podcast to help us get some better equipment. So we invited him on the show. Since it is the battle of beards versus mustaches, I would like to welcome our special guest, the best mustache that I know, Jared Jedi Zimmerman, to the show.
What up?
What up, Jared? I see you got your Minshew on.
Guys, just for him.
Yeah, I got my Fitzmagic going right here. All right.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being a part of our show, and thanks for helping us, supporting us, and all that stuff. So we're going to have a little fun in the beginning, right before the game, before Drew breaks down all the analytics and stuff like that. We're going to have a little bit of a beard versus mustache war. Obviously, I support Team Beard, and you obviously look like you support Team Mustache. How about this? How about number one, we'll go who's your pick and why for tonight's game, and I'll give you mine. And then to kick it up a notch, we'll go all-time best mustaches and all-time best beards, top five for each of them. We'll do it that way, and we'll settle the debate for tonight and for all time, for eternity, for pop culture, for our children's children. For everyone that has beards and mustaches in the future, you will know where you stand when you were in line behind these people at Starbucks.
A beard or mustache. I mean, hopefully a mustache, because I mean, it's a mustache.
What about the side of your face,
awesome
Jared?
I wasn't even
I was in Colorado. If I turn my face sideways, I'm frozen. I'm dead. Half my face falls off. It's symmetrical, perfect. I'm insulated from everything.
Symmetrical. Look at these lines,
dude, bro. Flavor saver. I always get seconds.
That's what this
always. All right, so let's get started then. Who's your pick for tonight and why? Is it beard or mustache?
You can.
We're not even mentioning the team's names. Is it beard or mustache for you tonight?
Mustache all day. Duval going with the mustache tonight.
So anything standing out against, or anything standing out for you that you saw the past couple of weeks for Minshew and company that's making you pick them over Fitzmagic?
Minshew is just tearing apart these defenses and just passing all over them. And I mean, it's the Dolphins. Didn't they go like fully defeated? No, they won 2 games, right? Yeah. 2 games last year. They have no defense.
But they try. They have heart. They've beaten the Patriots, bro. I know that's a sore spot with you. Jared's a Patriots fan, for those of you that don't know.
I am a Patriots fan. Superman.
He has felt the Fitzmagic. Excuse me.
I mean, I was there. I was there on it.
Yeah.
It was a Sunday night. I was there when the Dolphins and Jay Cutler tore apart the Patriots, but it's not today. With Fitzpatrick, the dude's been on 8 different teams. The dude's been on 8 different teams. You know why? Because he sucks.
No, because he's amazing and he keeps getting jobs. His name is Fitzmagic for a reason, bro. He's had at least 3 to 4 touchdowns, multiple games every season he's played for with every team. Even the Titans, he's balled out for us. I miss him.
And how many times has he been to the playoffs?
How many times have we been to the playoffs?
No, has he been to the playoffs?
Oh, I don't know. Probably none. Because because he throws so many daggum interceptions. All I'm saying is
all that he is good for, and it's been almost every single team he's been with. He's the in-between guy. When you go from one quarterback to the next, that's what I mean. Look at Tua. Why on earth do you have Tua on your team and you're starting Fitzpatrick anyway?
I do agree. It's going to be sooner or later before Tua does suit up, but yeah, I agree. Fitz does have his moments, but in all seriousness, he does have his faults. But fantasy-wise, he's great sometimes, but he frustrates the shit out of you. But for my reason that I'm picking Team Beard, not only because I have a beard, is because Fitzpatrick and company nearly pulled off the upset against the Bills. He racked up 328 yards and 2 touchdowns against Buffalo. And Mike Gesicki's coming off one of the best performances of the season, probably of his career, because Johnny's coming off a 2-touchdown game himself. Number 2, Beard versus Mustache, because Fitz, ironically, is against the Titans. His best game is 24 of 33 for 358 yards, 72.7 completion percentage, 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Minshew's best game, just 30 of 45, 339 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But I will say that was Gardner's last game, and Miami just surrendered a career high 417 passing yards to Josh Allen. So yeah,
fantasy-wise, Minshew is a 5-star quarterback tonight.
Yeah, right now, and the game could go either way as far as picking who's going to be the winner, in my opinion. But I am going Team Beard. Fitzmagic. That's exactly what's going to happen. He pulls it out. He pulls it out usually when you least expect it, when the lights are brightest. The Jags lead the all-time series with the Dolphins 5-4.
Duval.
And the team that shall not remain nameless, or whatever, however you say it, Jacksonville.
Duval.
Just to get out of the way, has won the last 2 games in the series. But I feel like the Beard and Fitzmagic, they can put it together, and they tie the series up tonight at 5-5. So we have our predictions for tonight. We will make the announcement. It's in the post headline. There's a certain marker we're reaching for. If we reach that likes and shares of this video, the winner of the game, whether it be Jared's pick of the Jags and Duval, or my pick of the Beards, aka the Dolphins, we will shave our facial hair. Either Jared will shave his mustache off, or I will shave my beard into a mustache. So get those likes, get those shares. Let's watch the game together, and let's see who's gonna have to shave their face.
It's gonna look really weird seeing you with a mustache, man.
We'll see. Anyway, just beyond this game in general, bro, Beards rock 100 out of 100 times.
Well, let's hear your 5, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay. All right. Since you probably got like Mario and Luigi or some shit.
No, I actually didn't know that cliche.
Okay. All right. So my top 5. We're gonna go from the worst to the best. So number 5, and worst to the best is not saying a whole lot because they're all great. Number 5, I got Keanu Reeves. He's John Wick. He's Neo. He's the one.
But he's only got the beard in a.
He's the best of all time.
So you can't count that.
No, the man. No, what I'm saying is in John Wick he has a beard.
Sure. So John Wick does, not Keanu Reeves.
Okay, so John Wick then.
Okay.
I'll take John Wick. I'll take Keanu Reeves, whichever one you want to give me. That's fine. So John Wick. We'll switch it then. John Wick at 5. Sorry. No. Number 4, Thor Odinson, the God of Thunder. Number 3, my man, Clubber Lang, one of the baddest motherfuckers to walk the face of the earth. Number 2, the most dangerous man of all time, probably in fiction and of all reality, Chuck Norris. And number 1, the all-knowing, the all-powerful, Al Borland from Home Improvement. Rounds out my perfect top 5 list of best beard wearers of all time.
Top 5 list.
Al Borland definitely is the MVP of it for sure.
That's a good top 5 list.
All right, Brad. So let's see the scrubs you put together.
But no, I think that these people are the best. Gonna start again, like you said. There's no worst when it comes to these 5 people because all these mustaches are amazing. We're gonna go with Mr. Tom Selleck. I mean, he's been all
Magnum PI.
Right. I mean,
yeah, you can definitely sweep a room with his face. That's for sure.
White Goodman.
Okay.
Leader of the Purple Cobras.
Okay, there you go.
Beautiful. I mean, it's pretty much the Minshew.
The originator of the Minshew stash, right, if you want to argue that.
Right.
Maybe where Minshew put his inspiration from.
Because I mean, even the hair looks just like him with the sweatband around. I'm just saying.
Minshew, Michelle. I mean, kind of makes sense.
Number 3, I'm going Ron Mother freaking Swanson.
Oh man, you might have trumped my whole damn team with that name. I don't know.
The man literally went and found his tree for his crib, killed the tree, skinned it.
I love how he killed it.
And then to make sure that it was safe, he hit it with his truck, and it put a dent in his truck.
And I don't know if you heard him, but he said all the bacon and eggs.
All the bacon and the eggs.
Yeah.
Number 2 is going to be the man across the ages of the sexiest man alive with a mustache.
Oh, wow.
Sam Elliott.
Oh, no. You're going to hit us with the tombstone walking.
I mean, he's
the
been
legend.
all over. And that's if you see without his mustache, it might be the end of the world. I mean, he did do a couple episodes.
Right, guys, don't let your women slap their phones down right now. Don't let them see Sam Elliott without a mustache. It's good that he has one.
So, but my number 1 and the reason I chose him was just for you guys and your other podcast.
Okay.
Knew it.
Actually, we got Hulk
Hogan.
Oh, that's crazy. I got the Mega Power. That's Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage tag team that they had when they was wrestling.
I mean,
got the Mega Powers on.
The big.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Exactly. Okay.
The immortal Hulk Hogan. Oh yeah, your top 3. That was epic for sure. With you pulled it out with the Ron Swanson. I didn't see that coming. I did like the Purple Cobras. That is very Gardner Minshew-y. That was very entertaining. Obviously, and then at tip of the hat to our podcast with Hulk Hogan at number 1. Love the list. I'm biased. I think I win just because Chuck Norris is on there.
How about we let the people decide in the comments?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, let the people decide. As long as you guys can see this post, no matter if it's year 2028, whatever. Just who do you think won the 5-on-5 beards versus mustaches? And let us know. So also, did we go over the stipulation for the game tonight? The winner?
Yes, 700 likes and 1,000 shares.
Yep, and we're getting this shared to a lot of groups, so that seems like a big number to like the people that usually follow us, but it really isn't, because this is getting shared especially to lots of groups all over the places tonight. So once we hit that number, that thing, it's going to be crazy. And if I lose, definitely going to live stream it for you guys so you can see the awesomeness at work, I guess. So anyways, that is it for Battles of the Beards versus the Mustaches. Jared, hang around with us. Drew, you're going to do what we're here for, and that is to break down the games, give us the projections, and give us some good players for tonight to play, if any sneaky any sneakies or any deep leagueies, or whatever you want to call it. So we got the Thursday night preview.
All right. Yeah, I agree with you, Brandon, in the comments. I am surprised Ron Burgundy didn't make the list.
Yeah, we were talking about it. I was kind of hoping he didn't put Ron Burgundy, but he got me with the Ron Swanson. So.
Yeah, that was a good one too. All right, Jags versus Dolphins, Stache versus Beard. Let's see how we break this down. For the Jaguars, Gardner Minshew had a great game against the Titans, but it was overshadowed by that late interception that sealed the game. He did have over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a 92.7 passer rating. And he's got a pretty good matchup this week in the Dolphins that, as John said earlier, allowed 417 yards and 4 touchdowns, 147 passer rating last week to Josh Allen. Also, they allowed a 100 passer rating in week 1 also. And that's about all I have for the Jaguars.
And who was that to?
I believe that was the Patriots.
Yeah, it was.
As far as on the Dolphins side, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Fitzmagic, the Beard, however you want to call him, the man from Harvard, had a solid game last week with over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 100.3 passer rating. A nice bounce back from week 1 against those Patriots. The running game did look better for the Dolphins. Last week, they got 99 yards, a touchdown, and averaged 4.5 yards per carry. But it was by committee. No running back had over 7 carries for the Dolphins. And they have a matchup this week against the Jaguars that held Derrick Henry to 84 yards and 3.4 yards per carry, which is saying a lot against a guy like Derrick Henry.
Against King Henry. Forever tight.
King Henry.
Say it right. If you're gonna mention him, speak his name right.
Well, if he'd have got over 100, I might have called him King.
Oh, you got me.
All right. Mike Gesicki had a huge day last week. He had 8 catches, 130 yards, and a touchdown. He was Fitzmagic's favorite target, and that's some pretty good news for him.
You know what? I will say, sorry to interrupt, Drew, but I will say and call myself out in the middle of this podcast. At the beginning of the year, I said he probably is not going to be used as much as the receiving tight end this year because of their blocking scheme and their double tight play action. And apparently I have been wrong. He's kind of taken a step back from what he did last year, but they're using him a lot more than I thought they were going to. So definitely was wrong about that projection. So he's definitely a serious contender every week for a fantasy tight end. So if he's still out there, definitely at least get him on your bench or something like that for sure. So,
and I think that has a lot to do with their struggles in the run game this year. They don't have a true big time back. Well, they have some. They're like I said, they're struggling. But yeah, it is. It is a good matchup against the Jags defense that hasn't been playing too great. They also gave up 4 touchdowns and a 145.7 passer rating last week against the Titans. Let's see if Fitz have some more magic. I did leave out the running game for the Jaguars. It looked pretty good last week. James Robinson had 102 yards and a touchdown. He averaged 6.4 yards per carry and got a pretty good matchup against Miami, who gave up 111 yards and almost 5 yards per carry last week and over 5 against the Patriots in week 1.
We had to make it look good for him. We couldn't give him an easy game. You know, 'cause we got to make it more believable when we kick their ass at the end of the year.
All right, let's get some projections. For the Jaguars, Gardner Minshew, I got him projected at 18 points. James Robertson, I got him at 16 points PPR, 14 in standard. Laviska Shenault Jr., I got him at 12 points PPR, 9 points in standard. Keelan Cole, I got him at 12 points PPR, 9 points in standard. Tyler Eifert, I got him at 7 points PPR, 4 points standard. And the Jaguars defense, I got him at 6 points. For the Dolphins, I got Ryan Fitzpatrick at 18 points. Kind of a stalemate there at the quarterback position. Myles Gaskin, I got him 10 points, PPR, 7 in standard. Devontae Parker, 13 points PPR, 10 points standard. Preston Williams, 10 points PPR, 7 points standard. Mike Gesicki, 14 points PPR, 11 points standard. And the Dolphins defense, I got them at 6 points this week.
All right, so all three of y'all, real quick, since we got all that done, what is your, other than blah, blah, blah wins or blah, blah, blah loses, what is your boldest prediction for the night? Anything, like a helicopter can land in the middle of the field, or aliens show up, or the news cut or the live feed cuts out. You know, like, what's your boldest prediction for the night tonight?
Minshew throws for 500 yards.
And guys in the comments, boldest predictions as well. As long as you're watching this video, no matter if it's past the time, we'll see it. You know, we'll agree with you or whatever. We'll talk about it. So anyway,
Minshew throws for 500 yards.
How many touchdowns? 0.
6.
Dolphins win.
6.
6. 506 touchdowns. That is bold. Bold. All right, Drew, what you got?
Let's see. I think Gesicki is going to have a big-time game. I'm going to say he repeats that performance from last week. I think he does get over 100 yards, maybe 130-ish, 140-ish, and a couple touchdowns.
So mine is...
That's not bold. That's safe. Just
joking.
Couple touchdowns.
Yeah, that is kind of bold for the Dolphins. A couple touchdowns in general.
That's 14 points.
Right. So my bold prediction is tonight at some point, and I know Tyler's probably he's in the comments right now. He's actually laughing his butt off right now. And I know I'm probably going to get a text from him later because of this bold prediction. Because the last time I gave a shocking or bold prediction, my phone blew up because of him. And I've been right so far. My shocking prediction was Drew Brees was going to slip, and he's been slipping. But that's neither here nor there. My bold prediction for tonight is we will see at some point. They combined for 70 points. We will see tonight the premiere of the Alabama great Tua Tagovailoa, however you say his last name, Boa. He at some point will be suited up and out there throwing passes.
He needs to be.
Yeah, during actual game time.
It doesn't make any sense. Still,
Tyler said he's not.
I know. I know Tyler disagrees. He disagrees with everything, and then I'd end up right. So.
I do disagree with Drew Brees, though. I mean, week 1, yeah. Week 2, he still had over 300 yards, bro.
Bro, he had to check down to Alvin Kamara. He wasn't rushed or sacked at all. And he had to check down to Alvin Kamara all night.
He was rushed because the pick that he threw,
bro,
his arm hit the helmet,
bro. Hit a receiver. He's dropped in arm strength. He's dropped. Like I said, his skill is dropped. His stats might not drop sometimes, but his skill is dropped.
So if I hit your arm and you throw an interception, it's because your arm strength is gone?
No, I'm saying it's not about the interception. Take that away. He got great numbers last week, but because he had to check down all the damn time because he can't throw down the field. But he didn't get hit.
You're supposed to throw the open guy, right?
On a check down, it's Drew Brees, bro. It's Drew Brees. You got Emmanuel Sanders on your team.
His time. That's all he's
doing. You have Emmanuel Sanders on your team. Oh my God. Drew Brees hasn't lost a step. Y'all are crazy.
He's just buying his time.
Buying his time. Yeah. This was 5 years ago. You'd be like, what's wrong with Drew Brees? His arm hurt.
I mean,
anyway.
His arm didn't hurt a few years ago. So.
I know. All right. Well. Tyler's fired up about it. Anyway. So by that, Thomas sucked for 6 years. Well, we're seeing who's winning that battle so far, Tom versus Bill Belichick. But anyway, I don't know about that yet. It's too early to tell for me about about Tom and Bill Belichick.
It's right. It's too early with Brady. I mean, he had no preseason. He's got a brand new team to get used to.
Yeah, for sure. But I think Bill found what he was looking for with Cam.
In all seriousness,
I mean, what a totally different offense than we've ever seen with Bill Belichick.
Different, but the same.
Right. Methodical in the way that he does it, but a completely off the wall rushing quarterback. I mean, we've never seen that in New England.
That can not rush and then just throw if he wants to. Like the first game, he rushed more, and then the second game, he threw more. So,
in all seriousness, though, like you said, there's been no preseason for any of these guys, and really no real off season. So, I mean, that's like you talked about in one of the first shows we did. I mean, you really almost have to wait till like week 3, week 4 to like really tell what's going on with who really.
I think Brady's going to be fine. He just has to get into his groove. But Belichick, I think Belichick's ready to attack really hard.
Jared, you got a comment for you?
They sent the NFC All-Stars. Get out, Jared.
They tried for sure.
And for a glass of orange juice, a 12th round draft pick, and a Pop-Tart. Like they always.
Right. I mean, Bill Belichick traded a retired player to another team
I love it. I love the meme where Bill anytime any big name is in free agency and the Stone Cold Steve Austin music plays and it's Bill Belichick walking into the stadium and Jim Ross is like, "Oh God!" As soon as that glass hits and Bill Belichick's walking out, oh my gosh, I
We
crack
talk
up
about the one
every
where he
time.
walks right by that kid trying to give him a five. Yeah.
Yeah, and he just walks straight past him. He should have stiff armed the kid, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, so honestly, to be in all seriousness, what's weirder, the fact that Bill Belichick's doing a commercial, or the fact that he smiles in the commercial?
Smiled.
Yeah, for sure.
Weird.
I didn't think I'd ever see Bill Belichick outside of anything other than an NFL broadcast, but I sure as fuck didn't think excuse my language, I sure as heck didn't think he would smile ever. That is the weirdest thing. It haunts my nightmares.
I think it shows that he's thinking about retirement soon.
That's an interesting.
Appreciate that.
Thanks, Tyler. Yeah, thanks, man. That's an interesting topic. You want to explore that for a couple minutes? What do you think, Drew? Did you think there's any validity to that?
I mean,
not claim.
It's quite possible. I mean, maybe a couple more years. I mean, he's basically grooming his son. I mean,
his son's already been good too.
Yeah, he's been. I mean, he's had his son with him on the staff for some years now.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to hand it to him. I think it'll go to Joe. I think the reason they kept so for me, background, the reason the Josh McDaniel thing, how he screwed the Colts over, I think that was the promise made by by Robert Kraft.
That was so
saying
funny.
that when Bill retires, it's going to be McDaniel's team, and I think McDaniel's will hold on to Bill's son, and then after that, succeed, give him the job or whatnot.
That's exactly what I think is going on. I think that McDaniel's gets the head coach and makes Little Belichick the offensive coordinator and the assistant coach.
Little Belichick.
Belichick, right?
Billy Goat.
I mean, are y'all sold? Like, McDaniels is a great coordinator. He really. But are y'all sold on him as a head coach? He didn't do anything as a head coach.
I don't think he would. I don't think he would deviate from the plan. I mean, it works. It's a working system. If it's not broken, don't fix it, right?
Yeah. And we've seen coaches do that in the past, like essentially just fill in and kind of add a new wrinkle to the same thing that has been working, and it turns out to win a Super Bowl and stuff like that.
And now, but I think it was McDaniel's idea to get Cam Newton.
But I think with Josh McDaniels.
I mean, think about it. If Cam Newton does really well, he's getting signed on for a bigger contract.
Well, it depends. The Patriots usually it depends on the context. The Patriots usually don't pay for players, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But Josh McDaniels now, yes, I think he is. When he went to the Broncos and stuff, no, I think he was too offensive minded. He needed too much support and stuff. As far as on every other side of the ball and just experience in general, he needs support with. But now he's got that experience. He has those Super Bowls. He's got those big games, those playoff games, those long schedules, those routines, those mannerisms, those quotes, the stories, the credibility, the offensive system that obviously we've seen change, that you can fit into a non-mobile quarterback and a mobile quarterback into so far this year, even though it's only week 2. And it shows that it gives them time now to pay attention to the details like Bill has. And he's already, like Bill always does, he doesn't let any coach go without a good replacement behind it. And we just don't know about it until that coach gets hired by another team. So I think there definitely is a succession plan in place. And Josh McDaniels can be the succession plan part of that, but just for that team. I think if he were to go to like a different team by himself, his percentage would drop a little bit. But in the Patriots system, as far as who they have in the waiting in the wings behind him, yes, I do think he could be successful. So for
sure. To your point about Cam, his contract thing, if he's with the Patriots next year or long term, it's gonna have to be a team friendly deal. They're not gonna break the bank. Like they did that.
No.
They really didn't even do that for Tom Brady. I mean, he got paid, but
he always took big cuts to keep the offensive line. Always.
Yeah.
I think that they'll need to get somebody other than Julian. Especially Julian's drops have increased this year too. I don't see him playing that much longer.
He had his career high receptions.
Against Seahawks.
Yeah, but he had some drops in week 1. Anyway.
So did Jerry Rice, man. I'm just kidding.
I don't. They're eventually. My point is, the whole point of it is, they're going to be making some changes soon. Julian's not going to be there much longer.
I see Belichick retiring in 2 years.
Well, I see him when Cam's done. Or if their next Super Bowl or something like that. Something. It depends on the situation.
If they win the Super Bowl, he'll retire this year.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't see them like trying to get another quarterback and then him doing it all over again. I think he'll this thing out with Cam.
Unless he pulls one of those crazy trades and they get the dude from Clemson.
Oh yeah, that would be ridiculous. Honestly, I feel like he'd be wasted on Bill. I think Frank Reich is a really good coach. I think there's a lot of good QB coaches out there. Andy Reid would be another one, but obviously not going to draft him because of Patrick Mahomes. But I'm just saying, like, out of all the good QB coaches out there, it wouldn't be the best for that. But anyways, we're getting off track. But yeah, so I see Bill ending in under 5 years, and I'm seeing him going either with a Super Bowl or Cam, whichever happens first, and then Josh McDaniels steps in, and we will see the official rebuild of the Pats because they are already essentially rebuilding the defense. And then now, once Cam comes up for renewal, they won't sign him because they don't pay people, and then will come the rebuilding of the offense because Julian will be let go at that time, and so on and so forth. So that's how I see the future of the Pats. But
let me ask you this one: the future of Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, he's going to play till, like he said, past his 40s.
Let me rephrase that: the future of Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. I think it ends after this year.
Really?
In Green Bay.
I agree.
Why?
He's a free agent, and their relationship's not that great, especially after drafting that quarterback.
Bro, how many great relationships were in Dallas with the quarterbacks?
It's not that they drafted that quarterback. They didn't just draft it. They traded up to go get that guy. They
want him to be the starter.
Yeah, you don't draft a guy, trade up to get a guy in the first round if that's not going to be your next quarterback. You just don't. And that ruffled some feathers with Aaron, and which they've already had a rocky relationship the past few years, anyways. Which, I mean, I don't know. I think he'll either. I think maybe he might go stay in that division. Maybe go to Chicago. I've seen that rumor quite a bit. I would love
that. Aaron Rodgers plays the best when he's got a reason to. And
with Matt Nagy, I mean, Nagy's
How How about if he goes the Brett Favre route and goes to the Vikings?
I prefer Matt Nagy. I think he could do dangerous shit.
Well, the only reason I say that I don't think he would go to the Vikings is because they just signed Cousins to that guaranteed extension. So,
well, I'm sure they'd cut him in a heartbeat if they could afford him and Aaron Rodgers.
Nobody wants to go to Detroit, so
yeah. But I like Nagy and the Bears. Well, him and the Bears would be a really good matchup, I think, with Anthony Miller and A-Rob there.
Yeah.
I think
and they got a good defense.
And Tyreek Cohen, David Montgomery. That would be a scary place for Aaron Rodgers to end up. And a big historic field. But it takes a special person to play in Green Bay in general, just because it's not a big city. But it takes it even specialer, if that's the word. It's not a word. It takes a more special quarterback to play in Green Bay and be successful.
Yeah.
The cold weather, just the overall mentality. We've seen only a few: Starr, Favre, Rodgers. That's about it that can play in Green Bay's weather, around Green Bay's even divisions weather around the playoff time, and consistently hit that mark over and over and over again. So whether I guess I misinterpreted your question. I thought just play in general. I was saying past his 40s because he said he was going to, and he's showing that he still has the capability of it. But as far as Green Bay with their relationship, I think Matt LaFleur's a freaking idiot. I'd let him play as long as he wanted to, just like Brett Favre should have. Because obviously he'll have his bad games, but he'll have his moments forever. But anyway, yeah, I think he'll be gone by the time his contract's up. I don't think he's going to resign.
If I'm not mistaken, he's a free agent after this year. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's probably
to comment off of Brandon's comment, he said he is Cowboy Kryptonite. I did see a couple reports and rumors, which I think it's
What's up, Brandon?
Exaggerated.
What's up,
Dylan? I did see reports that if Dallas can't get a deal done with Dak, that he might reunite with McCarthy. I did see reports on that.
Right, there's no way they can afford it.
I just don't.
There's no way they can afford that.
Well, they can afford it. I just don't see it happening because I don't know how his relationship with McCarthy really is. It seemed kind of rocky when McCarthy got fired. But I mean, they can definitely afford it. That's no question. But I just
with that
I would too, Brandon, for sure.
With Jerry Jones, Jerry Jones, let's face it, Jerry Jones runs the NFL. He runs every team in the NFL. He made the LA Rams, he made the LA Chargers, he made the Las Vegas Raiders. He can make the Mike McCarthy Aaron Rodgers relationship work. Zeke and the running game can make it work. The receiving game can make it work. The defense that they have, if it comes together, can make it work. Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers had the best relationship when they had decent running game and a great defense when they won the Super Bowl and Aaron won the MVP. That's when they had their best relationship. And they have all that on the Cowboys. Plus they have Jerry Jones, who's a very big motivator to get things done in every situation. So,
and he said his hands don't cramp when writing checks. So,
yeah, exactly. I love Jerry. There'll never be another Jerry. Just like there'll never be another Al Davis. He was a really good owner too. I like him. But as far as like his football persona, I don't know about his personal life. Don't see this and like find some racist thing and then say I support racism. That's not true. I just meant just his football mentality.
Tony Romo is the greatest football commentator of all time.
Oh my gosh, he is.
No doubt.
Hands down.
Can we get him on Madden, or can we just do it
Oh
on
my
Madden and
gosh.
let 2K make the football game and put Romo on the commentary?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Speaking of 2K, F2K, they're not making WWE 2K21 this year. They made Battlegrounds. It's pretty cool, but it's still not 2K. So screw them. Anyway, now we're rambling. Sorry guys, we're rambling now on this live feed. But so we'll go ahead and cut it off and let you guys go so we can you guys can get ready for the game and whatnot. Tyler, Brandon, yeah, I just wish he was a good QB. Yeah, I wish he was too. It would be better to hear you guys stop complaining about how Dak we'd win if Dak was just a better QB. But anyway, I'm just messing with you. But thanks to all you guys that came in, that viewed, that liked, that shared, that commented, that just participated in general. We love you guys. Like we said, any of our questions, our battles, our beards versus mustaches, subscribe, share, comment, give us your opinions, and thank you. Does anybody else have anything?
Appreciate Jared.
Thanks for having me, guys. Had a lot of fun. Mustache is gonna win. Ron Swanson, same. Ron Swanson.
All right, guys. And as always, come with us if you want to win. We'll see you guys Sunday morning.
All right, peace out.